I wanna learn how to make good music to where other people and the population could enjoy it, and I can sell records as well. Like I'm just coming from the bottom now. I'm like a fish in the pond. I'm trying to get to the level where I can mingle with the sharks and other people of that nature.
Yo, my name is Nysis, I can vouch for my running with the law. Deuce, German Ruger in possession of the raw. Agent 5, even visualized them kicking down the door. Back then they had the Glock, Biggie waved the 4-4. Threw my mother to the floor, this would be a downfall. When the feds searched the room, found the cracks in the wall. Jacks in the jaw, questioned if she had any more. Anything that y'all found, that was it, that's all. Too young for me to brawl, so I'm throwing my toys. Transformers opened up in the eyes of the boys. Brother jumping from bed to bed, kicking them feds, taking blows to the chest, taking blows to the head. My other brother fled, he was holding the furnace. All the action out in Elmsford made his way to the burning. Stepped outside, see the sirens turning on the paddy wagon. My mother on the truck with this other lady, titty sagging. Lord knows
He should make it though, cause stuff that he does, I've really never seen anybody do before. And I'm not just saying that because he's my cousin. I'm saying that because he really has talent.
And he drove me down the street to the barbershop one day, and I was in the car, and I was listening to some music, some freestyles, and I was like, yo, that nigga, he's nice, whatever. And I'm like, who is that? And then he was like, that's me. I'm like, oh, snaps.
He has a real special presence that's going to allow him to move into the other cultural aspects of hip hop. Things like clothing deals, television, radio, movies. I think he's got that kind of ability because he has an ability to very much appeal to a very wide range audience and get into all this thing we call hip hop.
I feel like hip hop is a whole culture. It's a whole it's a whole way of expressing yourself. It's like a whole way of relating to the rest of the world,
Like a culture that encompassed like the energy and the movement that was taking place in the streets. Nothing that was done in the early days was purely motivated by money, And
I mean, I just think of adjectives like originality, you know what I mean? Creativeness, hardcore, against the grain, you know what I mean? Not the norm, you know what I mean?
Hip hop is the DJ with the 2 turntables and a mic. All that band shit with a turntable, that ain't no fucking hip hop. Hip hop is 2 turntables, a DJ cutting it up, MC ripping it. You know what I'm saying? All that band shit.
To me, hip hop is, it's individual to the artist who's doing it. It's got a lot of, it goes a broad range of music. But bottom line, if an artist from an urban area in this country is doing music that is about his life and about his style and about his people, whether it's from the South, to the East Coast, to West Coast, that's hip hop.
Say about when I was 4 years old, I was standing right here, and my mom, we were getting ready to go inside the building, and then a car just comes pulling up, and it was it had black tints on it. I remember it like yesterday, and then these guys just hops out, and they grab my mom. At the time I didn't know who it was, but as I got older, I kind of realized that was the police. They came and took my mom away. This is my good grandmother. She took us in, when we was young and we didn't have any place to stay. And we came and stayed with my grandmother over here first. Gotta love grandma for that. And then a lot of other things as well too, because if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be here. Got charged with 2 felonies. I was running around making a little illegitimate funds, enterprising in things that weren't legal at the time. That was actually holding me over as far as money, getting me by. This was back in 2000. I had just graduated from high school, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I'm an artist, I draw as well. So it was like, at the time, it's like, I had a lot on my shoulders. I just had a child, and I didn't really know what to do with myself. It doesn't matter whether I'm out or in the house. I've always had a song in my head no matter what it was. I don't understand. It's like hip hop is just so important to me. It's like I can't live without hip hop because it's like that's what my life evolves around it. Once my mom passed away when I was 16, you know, it was hard for me to really express myself in any way. You know, my artwork wasn't enough. You know, I needed more. You know, I needed to get words out. I needed to say something. I needed to get people to hear me.
My name is David Wechter. I'm the president of Imagine Music. We are an independent record label that specializes in artist development. It means we go out and we find raw artists that we believe that are very early in their career that we believe have exceptional talent or ability, and we try to focus their attention, pick producers, engineers, get them in the studio, hone their abilities to get them to a point where they can become stars.
On fire like your unit in your boy Banks. I'm a felon, automatically avoid tanks. Switch the flow, get the dough, sip the mo, twist the dro, lift the foe, rip a foe, hit the flow. Oh, check pole for the blow, he collects O's. Kilometers, you should see us when we wreck shows. 40 fever millimeters, take your vest, bro. Adversaries screaming when they see us, let's go. Petrified, put your hands in the air.
Well, first of all, we feel that Nysis has tremendous raw talent. He's got a great voice, he is a very good writer, and he has got some, you know, unbelievable life experience, which I think, you know, comes through on his music.
Yeah, got the fire, everybody better stand clear. Sipping bub in the back of the club, pack in the snub, clap, rap with your mug, rat cat, get the slug, black Mac till your rug, get back or your blood will splat from your nubs. California love, but I'm from the NY.
I think there's a tremendous amount of pressure on the artist. I mean, they realize that, you know, for us, it's business. For them, it's obviously much more than that. It's their life. In most cases, it's their dream. It's everything they've thought about since they were 10 years old.
If I don't get a distribution deal for my album, I gotta try harder. You know, I gotta work harder. There's something missing.
It's a huge gamble. Everybody knows the entertainment industry. I mean, it's probably the most difficult thing to try to break into. It's tough for the artist. There's a million people that want it.
I have to make some groundbreaking music in order for this to work.
My life. Yo, my name is Nysis, I can vouch for my running with the law. Deuce, German Ruger in possession of the raw. Agent 5, even visualized them kicking down the door. Back then they had the Glock, Biggie waved the 4-4. Threw my mother to the floor, this would be a downfall. When the feds searched the room, found the cracks in the wall. Jacks in the jaw, question if she had it.